So, this video was supposed to come out sooner than it probably did. I partially blame myself for not saving the footage as frequently as I probably should have. I will use as an excuse, however, the video capture software that I was using, as it did not choose to save the footage that I already did not save and decided to instead corrupt that footage beyond repair. How dare it. Let it be known, though, that I was having a few other problems with the software, and as of now, I have thrown that software into the trash. Anyway, I'm hoping that this drawing will come out somewhat halfway decent. I was pretty excited about it when I started it, and I just kept working for a long time. And then suddenly I tested out doing it in a more painterly style, and it just completely turned on its head, and now I halfway hate it. So if I decided to go with another drawing for this time, future me, that's your responsibility to cut this part out of the audio. Anyways, lately I've really just been contemplating a lot of my choices. A lot of times I'm not exactly sure which direction I'm heading, and that's okay for the most part, because part of the fun of life is the opportunities that you didn't know about before that you see and experience along the way. And maybe that's kind of a naive way to look at it, but it's kind of fun to have stuff not always go as planned. That being said, I've decided to declare myself supreme ruler and controller of myself, and also the things that I own. And according to the Google, an empire is defined as an extensive group of states or countries under a single supreme authority. Well, I like to believe that I am a single supreme authority, and being one of those, because I did declare myself one, I can also declare just about anything whatever I want. For example, my room in my house. That's now a country. Maybe not in the legal sense, but I dare anybody to try and assert authority over something that I own and have already declared is my country. And since I am the supreme authority of this newfound country that is my room, I have decided that it is an empire because I have supreme authority over it, and therefore I am an emperor. And because I am an emperor, I can therefore declare things whatever I want, which just goes to show that there is no such thing as a catch-22 if you make everyone do what you say. It says an extensive group of states or countries, and I was toying with the idea of calling it a state at first, but I think my room is already in quite a state, so country is probably a better option. The archaic definition also states that it used to mean absolute control over a person or group, and since I am a person or group, I therefore have control over myself. I like to think it's absolute control, but I haven't talked to my subconscious yet. Still working on that. It's always good to socialize for the betterment of society, and it's quite diplomatic to consider all sides of an argument, and all persons on each side of the argument before coming to a conclusion. However, that side of myself has refused to answer my calls, so I have chosen to declare an empire without them, therefore they cannot say anything different even if they want to. Since I have declared myself an emperor, and this place that I live, a country, more so an empire, I have supreme authority over what I do. For example, if I want to put a metal board up in my room so that I can put a bunch of magnets to it, I can do that. And I don't even have to use nails. I can just buy those little stupid sticky things that are also kind of like Velcro. And when that thing falls, even though I've spent at least an hour of work measuring and deciding and making sure it's completely centered, it can still fall in the middle of the night. And that's my choice too, whether it be on purpose or not. Everything in my empire is caused by me. And if it's not, it will be caused by me. So if that board decides to fall in the middle of the night and wake me up, and also maybe a few other people, that's my decision. Even if I didn't know I was making it at the time, that's my decision. If I want to waste all of my time thinking about things that don't really matter to anyone else besides myself, I can do that. As long as I'm within the confines of my empire, I can do whatever I want. And that's pretty great. I would highly encourage any of you out there, if you are feeling a bit down in the dumps, why not just declare your own space your empire? Who's gonna argue with you? The authorities have no power in your empire. Please don't come to me for legal advice. In celebration of this great and powerful empire, I have decided to make this video to declare it for all who are probably not watching this video. But it's the rise of an empire. Maybe not an important one, but an empire nonetheless. And it's my empire, which makes it important. It makes it very crucial. So to any of you out there who think, oh, that's not important, that's not viable, it's not something that you can actually do, I'm the emperor. Try coming into my empire and telling me that. Actually, please don't. But similarly to the authorities, you have no power here, so I can declare whatever I want. And because it's a jurisdiction that only I own and I control and I live, I can't control you either. And that's the great thing about it, is that I can be away from everybody else, within my own state or country or empire or whatever I want to call it today, and it's there now. And it'll never be dismantled until I say so. Even after I'm long gone and not saying anything anymore. Maybe that's for the best that somebody else claims my empire as their own. But past that, I just want to clarify that I like this picture, the one that I'm working on, and I hope that it finishes to be somewhat decent, and that I kind of feel at home with it, even just for the fact that I was the one who did it. This is my empire. I made this in my empire. It can be however I want it to be, and it is. Unless it sucks, and then I just don't have to post it. And seeing the world through that specific lens where anything I want to happen is suddenly a reality, it's good to think about things like how you think about things in your imagination. Some things really aren't viable in real life, and that's why you have to make them real within your artwork, or within your hobbies, or within your personal life, so that you have that disconnection from yourself and the world. Not all the time, but when you need it, it's there. I hope to continue something like that in the future. Anyways, thanks for listening. But if you're out there and watching this and you're wondering what's going on, that's okay. I don't know where I am, and I think I have an idea who I am, although I might say I don't sometimes. But that's just another reason that I am who I am, is because I don't know who I am. That's a personality trait, right? And in that way, I know myself quite well, and also in that way, I'm familiar with the fact that I get confused and completely forget what is happening at any given moment. And that adds a new layer of fun when opportunities present themselves. Well, I plan on doing more of these in the future. Maybe not talking about such trivial things. I mean, very, very important things, but hopefully you'll stick around for the next time. But if not, well, I wish you luck in all of your future endeavors and empire happenings, and I wish a final farewell from my empire